4 years ago, I came to Hill knowing this place would change me. What I didn't fully understand was that it would happen through people. Lately, I've been reflecting on the countless people I've met here and was reminded of a book I read by Mitch Albom called The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. The idea of the story is simple. At the end of your life, as you enter heaven, you meet 5 people who each touched your life somewhere along the way and taught you an important lesson, whether you realized it at the time or not. Obviously, I'm not at the end of my life, but I am at the end of my time at Hill. And when I look back on my 4 years, I don't just see moments or milestones. I see people. In particular, 5 people and 5 important lessons come to mind. 5 people who, in big and small ways, shaped my time here and the person I'm leaving as. So today I want to share with you my version, the 5 people you meet at Hill. Person number 1, Mrs. Eccleston. From the moment I stepped onto this campus, she made it feel like I belonged here before I even knew it myself. Mrs. Eck didn't just welcome me into her advisory, she took me in and instantly became my go-to person for anything and everything. She is my constant, a pillar of support, a shoulder to lean on, and a source of guidance. She knows when something is off before I even say a word. She celebrates my wins as if they're her own. She makes me laugh when I take life a little too seriously, and she never lets me settle because she's always seen the best in me. Whether it was after a game, a hard day, or just because, Mrs. Eccleston was there, every single time. I know she will show up for me no matter what, and without her, I don't think I could have navigated Hill on my own. Through her, I learned this, the first lesson. Life is not meant to be done alone. We all need someone steady, someone honest, and someone who reminds us of who we are when we forget. At a place like this, where expectations are high and it's easy to feel like you have to handle everything by yourself, that kind of person matters more than you think. Hill pushes us to be independent, but I learned that growth usually happens through other people, not apart from them. None of us become who we are alone, and the beauty of Hill is that we never have to. Person number 2, Rose Flaherty. Before I arrived at Hill, I received a letter from Rose Flaherty, class of 2023, the girls' hockey captain. She wrote to congratulate me on my acceptance and welcome me to the community. To most people, it was just a letter, but to me, it was my first glimpse into what kind of place Hill could be and what kind of people filled it. Once I got here in the fall, her support lived up to every word she wrote. Rose guided me through the uncertainty of being a new third former, despite being deeply immersed in her own final year. She didn't check in on me once or twice. She consistently went out of her way to make me feel seen and encouraged, eating breakfast with me when I had no one else to sit with, proofreading my essays because I knew she was a great writer, and coming to the front of the bus to talk after games. Rose was everything I aspired to be, confident, kind, deeply invested in this place and the people in it. She gave me something to grow toward, and she taught me the second lesson. The people you look up to will shape the person you become, through both their actions and their example. Rose's mentorship, authenticity, and kindness showed me that the most impactful form of leadership is leading by example. You're always surrounded by people ahead of you, and with awareness, you start to shape yourself around what they do and how they treat others. So choose those people carefully, and if you're someone who others look up to, understand that your example matters more than you think, because most of the time, people remember the little things. Person number 3, Mrs. Allen. Most people change your life gradually, but once in a while, someone changes it just by the way they exist. For me, that person was Mrs. Allen. For those who don't know her, she was the girls' golf coach, a college counselor, and a longtime door parent and focus leader with her husband. Mrs. Allen was the kind of person who made every room brighter just by walking into it. When I was still trying to find my place here, she never let me feel like I didn't have one. She was my comfort person, someone I could go to and know I would leave feeling lighter and loved. Some of my favorite memories are simple ones: playing golf together, sitting in her office, and just being in her presence. At the time, those moments felt ordinary, but they weren't, because at the end of my fourth form year, when she passed away far sooner than I expected, I realized just how much they meant. Losing her was incredibly hard, and for a long time, I struggled to imagine the rest of my Hill experience without her here. But as time passed without her, I came to realize that she actually hadn't left my life. Mrs. Allen is still here. In the joy I try to bring into a room, every time I play golf and practice my 3-foot putts, and in the kindness I show others the same way she did. Her impact didn't end when her life did, and in our short time together, she helped me understand the third lesson, which took me the longest to fully grasp. The most impactful people in your life don't just stay with you while they're here. They stay with you in the way you live long after they're gone. So many relationships seem temporary, but the most meaningful ones aren't. Maury Schwartz said, "Death ends a life, not a relationship." And I think Mrs. Allen taught me exactly that. I will carry her with me forever, in my heart, in the way I treat other people, and through the person I am becoming. Person number 4, Ion Reggae. Not every important relationship at Hill begins naturally. Some start in the most unexpected ways. I didn't even know Ion existed until May of my 3rd form year, when we both ran for the SGA. When I first met him, it didn't seem like we had much in common. Our paths never would have crossed if we hadn't both been elected to the student government. In the beginning, our relationship was formal and almost forced. But as we spent more time together, emails turned into texts, required meetings into casual meals, and a partnership into a friendship. Where I fall short, Ion steps in. When I doubt myself, he studies me, and together we've learned how to lead, not by being the same, but by trusting what each of us can do. Now, as we finish our time as co-presidents, I can't imagine my time at Hill without him. And what he taught me was the 4th lesson. The people who change your life aren't always the ones like you. It is so easy to stay within your own circles, of teams, dorms, and classes, but there are so many awesome people outside of those spaces. Some of the most valuable relationships begin by chance, but then deepen through choice. And when you choose to build those connections, you grow in ways you wouldn't have otherwise. Ion challenged me, balanced me, and ultimately made me better, not just by being a great partner in leadership, but as an even more outstanding friend. And finally, person number 5, Caroline Colello. Some people come into your life, and you just know that you've met them for a reason. I met Caroline on the very first day of orientation. We were placed in the same group because our last names both start with the letter C. And somehow, that random moment sparked what would become the most significant piece of my time here: finding my best friend. Caroline is driven, outgoing, and effortlessly brings out the best in anyone around her, especially me. From living across the circle in Dell Village to long weekends in New Jersey with her family who now feels like my own, and showing up for each other in everything we do, Caroline has been the most reliable person in my life. But what makes this friendship so meaningful isn't only that it's lasted 4 years. It's what it's done for me, because in knowing her, I've become a better version of myself. She's the person who makes me laugh when I need it most, who supports me without hesitation, and who always knows exactly what to say because she knows me better than anyone. Caroline has taught me a lot, both about myself and about friendship, especially the 5th and final lesson. The people who know you best have the power to bring out the best in you. The right friendships don't only support you, they strengthen and stabilize you. Over these past 4 years, so much around us has changed, but one thing never did. We always chose each other, through every version of ourselves in each season of our lives. Caroline has seen me at my best and at my worst, And somehow, she's made me feel just as valued in both, which has allowed me to grow into someone I'm proud to be. While I can point to all the ways Hill has changed me, the truth is, I wouldn't be leaving as the same person without her. So looking at these 5 people, it's easy to see the ways they shaped me. They believed in me, loved me, supported me, and taught me how to embrace all this place has to offer. But what makes Hill so special is that there aren't only 5 people. There are hundreds of people in this community that have touched my life. My teammates, teachers, friends, coaches, dorm mates, mentors, and those I mentored, every single one of them has left something with me that will transcend my time here as a Hill student. Because the people we meet here don't just stay at Hill. They stay with us in the way we lead, in the way we treat others, and in the way we carry ourselves moving forward. This place is a collection of people who change you, quietly and consistently, until one day you realize you're not the same person you were when you first arrived. So as I stand here at the end of a very full 4 years, I'm not just thinking about what I'm leaving behind. I'm also thinking about what I'm taking with me. Not just the memories and accomplishments, but the people. The ones who transformed me into the most complete version of myself. We always say, it's the people that make the place. But Hill has taught me something even more true. The people don't just make the place, they make the person. And I know, without a doubt, that I wouldn't be who I am today without this community and the people who invested in me. And for that, I'm endlessly grateful. Thank you.